everyone, and welcome to yet another video review. This is the Transformers Studio Series SS-38 Optimus Prime from the Bumblebee movie. Yes, this has been a big, really exciting toy for a lot of people. You can see the flat-nosed red and blue truck, which we're going to roll off to the side because we're going to look at this box real quick. Which, yes, this is that's a Studio Series box. You got him, CGI, Bumblebee logo, all that stuff. More CGI render of Optimus on the side of the Studio Series, and there's Optimus again with the Autobot symbol there. Got the nice little cutout for nice viewing from the top, so well illuminated on the shelf. Words, and on the back here you got the CGI renders, including how many steps and big screen inspired scale detail backdrop. San Francisco Bridge. Yep. The iconic Art Deco suspension bridge spans 4,200 feet, is open to car, bike, giant converting robot, foot traffic. Oh, that's nice. I didn't realize they're doing that little factoids back there. But you also see that his wave mate rampage and all that stuff. He also comes with these instructions, which he's all right. No, they're not the greatest, but they're not terrible. I've seen worse, but I've seen better. There's some stuff which in here that's a little difficult to parse based off what you're seeing. Anyway, his truck mode here, and yeah, it's a flat-nosed truck. It's not quite the same one in the movie. Apparently stuff happened like last minute. They made some changes, so this is based on somewhat older design. But anyway, it's a nice looking truck mode actually. He kind of looks like he's leaning forward, but he's actually not. It's kind of weird because it's a weird optical illusion based off yeah, it's kind of weird. Mine does have a little tiny bit of paint, like excess paint here on the tire, but not a huge deal. But anyway, you see that silver paint grill and headlights and translucent windows and smokestacks and the silver paint stripe around it and silver painted hubcaps. Everything it's really nice. He also has a gun you can store back here. I think people have figured out a way to store his gun so it's not like just sitting on the top like underneath because there's a big old gap there, but I haven't figured that out yet myself. Yeah, this is actually kind of closer to a real-world truck than a lot of Optimus Primes have been because, well, it's big and empty like a real-world truck is. That's pretty nice there. This piece on mine tends to not want to stay totally tabbed in. It likes to pop itself out of position right there. I just did that right now, but yeah. Now you also got the hitch. So I think some people figured out how to make some of the existing trailers work, and almost obviously someone could make a trailer that works with this guy, but you don't have to if you don't want to. And the other thing is about this vehicle mode is, this grill right here. If you see this part right here, right there, a lot of people it kind of sticks out weird. You can see it's supposed to stick out a little bit. This is a kind of it's kind of angled back versus the grill, which is flat. Yeah, the thing is, this part right here has a tendency to angle forward in a way that's not supposed to. I've kind of mitigated a little bit right here. It doesn't stick out as bad, but often it winds up looking like that on a lot of people's. You see, it's not supposed to look like that. And what I do to fix it is when I'm transforming it, I'll move one of these windows out of the way and just kind of manipulate it a little bit. Because what happens is when you fold it up, it kind of gets caught and pushes itself forward. So you can kind of fold it up a little bit and then redo it, the truck stuff, and it kind of will, if you don't accidentally push it again, it will hold. Yeah, you just kind of sit here and you can fold it back up, and then there you go. It's sitting a little better. It's still not perfect, but it's a lot better than it otherwise would. So to keep that in mind when you transform into truck mode, makes it look a little better. But speaking of transformation, though, probably should go ahead and get to that. So what you want to do first is actually back here with the leg stuff. First thing you want to do is unpeg this from the back and tabs. There's pegs in, these peg in, tabs in here. Just untab that, and then untab these two sides from each other, like that. You want to fold this down, unpeg this section right here, and rotate it around. Same on this side, unpeg and rotate around. Make sure to do it underneath, otherwise you might break something. And then rotate them sideways like this, and then down. Right here at this joint right here, you want to rotate them forward like that. So now those are his feet. And then you can separate these. This is one of those weird tabs where it kind of comes in and down. So just be careful of that. And then you want to fold the gray pieces out to the side, bring this down, and then these gray pieces, they actually open up. So you want to open up block like that. This one can be a little stubborn sometimes, but this time thankfully it came out easily. Fold it down. Yeah, fold these down into place. You can see his legs are forming. If he'll stop getting caught on himself. You fold those down into place, and then back here, you want to untab these pieces right here. Untab those. And then they come down, and you see there's this little notch here. If you can see that right there, there's a little notch. There's a little tab right here on the foot. Not sure how well you can see that. There's a little tab here on the foot, which it kind of, you can see it goes over that tab. Kind of goes over that little tab. And then all over here, it not like tabs into place like that, and that forms the foot. See again. See it again right there. Goes over and then tabs in. One of these legs, this right leg in particular, likes to do that. It likes to untab itself, unfortunately, on mine. Not sure how common of a problem that is, but I've heard some people reporting, a lot of people reporting that their the legs do not like to stay tabbed in. Then after all that, you want to take these gas canisters and move them in, and then rotate these pieces up. That'll help keep the gas canisters in place. And that's the legs done, actually. Now you got a weird kind of walking semi-truck. And from there, what you want to do is actually untab the front here. Just untab that this whole piece right here, move it down. I'm going to go ahead and move the camera up a little bit. Then the top half of the sides of the cabs, you want to untab like so, out to the side, and you can go ahead and fold the front half back. Take the windows and move them out, and then take this little silver piece and rotate it around like this. Like that. And then take these side pieces and fold them down around the wheels. Again, fold it down around the wheel. You might have to move that slightly out of the way to do so. And then you take these pieces, there's these little pieces right here. You want to fold them up and around like that. I'm going to zoom in for this next one. You know, I'm going to take this piece and fold it up and around, because what it does is it tabs in like that. But yeah, you can fold it up and around. Then you take the arms here, move them out to the side like that. Again, at the elbow, move it out, and then move the whole thing at the shoulder, like so. And you want to move them out. You straighten the arms out and move them out like this, because that gives you clearance so you can do other stuff in a little bit. Take the headpiece and untab it from there. On mine, the little platform likes to come undone from the hinge, so watch out for that. But do that, this frees up the whole upper body, and then you just rotate it 180. Make sure that the windows do not get caught. Rotate it 180, and then make sure this is out of the way. And this all comes, this whole section, there's a hinge here, which comes down. You might have to start moving the wheels all the way too. This comes down. This is all going to start collapsing on itself. Again, that leg came undone. There we go. Yeah, these wheels right here, what you want to do is take these panels right here over the wheels. You want to actually make sure they're folded at a 90-degree angle, and then fold the wheels back. That helps quite a bit. Then you take this piece, and these vents right here, these lower vents in the bumper, they're going to go over these tabs right here I'm pointing at. That's going to help lock the backpack into place. Just got to line it up. Backpack gonna line in place, up in place. Once it there we go. Yeah, locks in, tabs all that in. Then come into the front. Go ahead and move the arms down. This whole head assembly comes up, but you also want to take this panel and untab it and move it back like this. Move the head up, tab it in, lock it in, and then you move these windshields in. There's a little tab here that goes in these slots here. Move those in. Like so. They're actually pretty secure once you got them in right. Adjust these if you need to. Now here at the arm, Okay, these actually tab in the arms. There's this little slot there. Sometimes it's a little easier to tab them in if you unfold that and then tab it in and refold it. Sometimes it works better. And you take this whole arm right here and rotate it right here. You take this lower part, yeah, like so. And you have Optimus Prime's robot mode. If someone wants to cooperate. There. And honestly, I really like this robot mode. That transformation I think is really clever, and I really like the transformation on this guy. And this robot mode is like really good looking, honestly. I really like how it looks. It just is great. It's a weird, nice, then like that perfect mix of Bumblebee hit, the Bumblebee movie hit of G1 meets live act, the G1 cartoon meets the live action design type thing of the, I guess now kind of rebooted somewhat movie universe. Oh, this leg. That's the biggest QC issue in mine is this leg right here does not like to stay tabbed together regardless of what I do. Something causes it to pop apart over and over again. I'm trying to figure out what exactly is causing it, but it doesn't like to hold together. And the slightest movement will cause it to pop itself apart. This one sometimes does it, but it's not as bad. But other than that, the grill on the cab and the back. This actually just generally these back pieces, which are the back piece on the truck. Other than those pieces, it's actually pretty solid. I think the transformation is really fun, honestly, though. But yeah, it's just other than those things, it's just a fun transformation. I'm like, wow, that's actually really impressive when I was messing with it. Just a really impressive one. I've genuinely just really enjoyed doing it. I kind of sat here with this toy, kind of kept transforming back and forth over and over again, just kept doing that. Then he also comes with this rifle. We saw in the truck mode. He can, put in his hand, so he can shoot bad guys. It's a nice little rifle. Looks, very reminiscent of his little ion blaster from G1. But the also nice thing is there's, you see there's pegs on the sides of the rifle right there. And the nice thing is you can peg into either one of these holes on his backpack. So you can either have it like that. I think they're supposed to really have it like that. It kind of pegs in a little easier. But yeah, you can have him on the backpack so he doesn't have to hold it, and it's nice little weapon storage in his robot mode. It's just really good. You got the little bit of yellow here, kind of reminiscent of his the yellow on his G1 design. The little black. Even the windshield wipers are picked out in silver and stuff. You got the nice little tech detailing like here on the abdomen. The little red and white here on his kneecaps. Just little bits and pieces. The only thing I wish these hands were blue instead of black. It's just really good looking. It's just a really good Optimus. I really like how this thing wound up looking. It's gorgeous. It's honestly my favorite studio series so far. And yeah, just looks great. But he also, head on a ball joint, so it can look left and right. Although oddly enough, on this going this way, there's something causing it to stiffen up. But it can look up and down a little bit. And there's a tiny, tiny bit of waggle. Not a whole lot to really be useful, but he can, it's a pretty decent ball joint. His arms could move forward and back, although they kind of have to stop because of this. It's stuff on the backpack, but it's really well compressed backpack. But it's still kind of because of the design kind of stops. It go outward, and this that gets out of the way pretty easily. The only thing is when you put it back down, you have to do that yourself. There's a nice biceps over here, right here. Elbows go a little over 90 degrees. He also has this joint if you want. There's no wrist swivel here, but I guess you could use this as a wrist swivel of sorts, but it breaks the sculpt, so that's up to you, really. The waist is pretty much entirely unhindered, which is really nice. Backpack doesn't get away at all. Hips go forward. Don't really go back because the molding here just bangs into the bottom of the abdomen, which is unfortunate, but it's not a huge deal. These little hip skirts are here, which you can get out of the way for that. It goes about that far. Not amazing, but good enough. Thigh swivel, nice and solid. Knee joint, a little over 90 degrees. It breaks the, breaks it up a little bit, but it's a good knee. It's a little over 90. Got it good there. His feet can actually move up and down a little bit, mostly down. And just, oops. Yeah, it just wrestled itself free from that little thing. Yeah, you got mostly down, but a little bit of there, and decent amount of ankle tilt. Not a whole lot, but a decent amount. Good enough for most poses. So yeah, he's pretty posable. Got a couple of limitations here and there, but nothing too egregious. Nothing that really, no limitations that really stand out, but they are there. But he is just, I feel, really nice looking. The only thing, again, is just this weird issue right here where this does not want to stay tabbed together regardless of what you do. I could sit here and hold it, and even then it doesn't even work. I don't know what's causing it. I really wish I knew why it doesn't want to stay tabbed. Just something about this leg. Something pushes it all apart. I don't know what it is. It feels like it's the foot. Something about the foot is not quite sitting correctly. I can't figure out what it is. Because the other foot sits just fine, but this one just does not want to stay tabbed, unfortunately. That's honestly the only real QC issue I have with it. I mean, other than the minor ones in the truck mode, which, are somewhat correctable. It's just this one particular just kind of gets annoying because like you'll be sitting there trying to pose it, and oh look, the leg just came off again. They came apart again, and it's definitely something to do with the foot. Something on the foot is pressing up when it shouldn't be, and it's causing the leg to explode apart. And it shouldn't be, and it really upsets me that I have to sit here constantly fiddling with it because, yeah, just get into the foot into a certain pose, it just doesn't want to stay. Yeah. Other than that, though, he's solid, and I would highly recommend picking this guy up. I mean, a lot of people are picking him up, but yeah, I would highly recommend picking him up if you like the movie Bumblebee movie at all. If you like this Prime design, he's a good Voyager Prime. I really like it. It looks really good. The transformation is really fun. The truck mode's solid. The robot mode looks great. The only thing is that stupid right there. It came untabbed while I was talking. That's the only thing. If it wasn't for that, it'd be I think almost be nigh perfect. But if it wasn't for that, it's just that one thing. So that's it. I kind of rambled on long enough. Kind of filled with that long enough. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you found it informative. Hope you pick this guy up. Like, comment, subscribe if you want. And I should see you next time with another video review. Also, come to the backdrop. I totally forgot. Oh me. Yep, got the Golden Gate Bridge there. There you go. Backdrop if you want it.